Why would anyone pay me $100,000 to ghostwrite a book, much less 50 or even $25,000? Been there, thought that, my friend? Yep, me too. Every ghostwriter questions their own abilities and the dark cranny of our writer's block brains. But is it true? Are you good enough to make a living as a ghostwriter? Attract big name clients? Earn the big bucks without ever having to prove yourself to a client first? I bet you are. Here's how I know. Ever heard of Nassim Nicholas Taleb? He's authored several New York Times bestsellers, including The Black Swan, The Impact of the Highly Improbable, described by the Sunday Times as one of the most influential books since World War II. Now, why does that matter? Because Nassim is a foremost expert in writing, publishing, and marketing books. So if you're worried that your ghostwriting work is not up to Big Five publisher snuff, Nassim has a few words for you. Quote, "Dear unpublished author, took me 3 years to publish the book. Editors wanted to improve the style, remove parables, fictional characters, add charts to make it more professional. 99% of publishers said this book will flop and gave reasons. I was stubborn and uncompromising. Ended up publishing with an internet startup that gave me half the royalties to accept my intransigence. Bookstores hardly carried the books. Without Amazon, you would have never heard of me. The internet startup went predictably bust, got the rights back. And of course, the rest is history. It sold very, very well, and Nassim Nicholas Taleb became one of the great authors of the 21st century." So what's Nassim's point here? Even publishing houses can't tell good writing from bad writing. That explains why 99% of traditionally published books lose money, according to Forbes. Literary agents and acquisitions editors have a 1% chance of picking a winning book. With so many independent publishing paths available to entrepreneurial authors, those are the type of people who want you to write a book that makes money. Why would you worry what the ivory tower types think? Legendary author Nassim Taleb doesn't give a hoot, so why should you? That brings us to what your job is as a ghostwriter, and what it isn't. It's your job to ghostwrite a book your writer loves. It's your job to ghostwrite a book your author loves. It's your job to ghostwrite a book that makes your author feel heard, seen, special. It's your job to ghostwrite a book that entertains, delights, and persuades readers. It's your job to ghostwrite a book that your author can't wait to promote. It's your job to ghostwrite a book that opens doors for your author's brand, business, and career. It's your job to ghostwrite a book that brings tears to your author's eye and a smile to their face at the same damn time. It's not your job to impress an agent who would have never represented your client anyway. It's not your job to get your client a publishing deal with a house that treats your work like trash. And it's not your job to ghostwrite a perfect book that everyone loves. To paraphrase the much-beloved, often beguiled internet celebrity Ash Amberge, if you're not pissing off half your readers, your book isn't any good. So screw third-party opinions. If person X isn't buying your author's book, don't give a rotten apple core what person X thinks about your ghostwriting talent or your author's book. So no, you don't have to be this good to make the big bucks as a professional ghostwriter. Your future clients will pay you $25,000, $50,000 in more because you get them. Because you're writing the best version of their book. And because your book is doing something for them, persuading minds, changing hearts, and opening wallets. Curious how I ghostwrite books that do all that and more for my clients? In my next email, I'm going to show you how to ghostwrite a book that turns a $15 purchase of the book into $1,500 worth of revenue through a client. A 100x book. Happy client, more referrals, tighter schedule, higher rates, happier you. Don't miss out.